I asked a bunch of different specialists what's the one medical breakthrough they're excited about in their specialty. I'll go first. The power of AI to work with humans in primary care. When I prescribe a medication to lower blood pressure, I might have to prescribe it to dozens of patients in order to help one. But with the power of AI and being able to gather more information, we're able to target the medication so that we can get less side effects and ultimately get more people off of medications. Pretty cool stuff.
One innovation that's happening in my specialty of gastroenterology is artificial intelligence.
AI polyp detection will hopefully be able to allow us to find more colon polyps and further reduce the incidence of colon cancer.
You know how everyone has to get a colonoscopy starting at age 45 to screen for colorectal cancer?
With AI technology, potential polyps can literally be highlighted with a green box to alert the doctor during the procedure so that we can decide whether it needs to be removed. Now, this will help us find small or flat polyps that we could have easily missed otherwise.
And there are other ways that AI is going to help impact our specialty in the future by not only helping us diagnose things and treat things better, but also making us more efficient as well.
Well, obviously AI, especially in summarizing meaningful clinical data for social media medical education. But I'm also super hopeful in the next wave of obesity medications.
GLP-1s.
GLP-1 receptor agonists.
Because they will be more affordable.
These are gonna add years to our life and change the way that we practice medicine.
GLP-1 medications can reduce every known atherosclerotic cardiovascular risk factor. They help patients put their high blood pressure into remission, improve cholesterol levels, and enhance blood glucose control. Additionally, in individuals with coronary artery disease, GLP-1 receptor agonists can reduce the risk of heart attack and stroke by 20% in just 1 year.
One innovation that's happening in psychiatry that I'm the most excited about is that today we are actually treating depression with magnets. I know it sounds like some sort of science fiction movie, but it's actually real and it's happening today, and it actually works. Transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS, is a non-invasive procedure in which we use gentle magnetic pulses to stimulate brain cells, and it's actually being used to treat depression, OCD, nicotine cessation, even migraines. And it's currently being studied for use in anxiety, PTSD, schizophrenia, and other conditions.
One of the coolest things in ophthalmology is intraocular lens technology. Now we can put a lens in your eye during cataract surgery and then actually adjust that lens using light wavelengths after the surgery. It's really cool.
So one innovation that is happening in my field, which is spine surgery, is the takeover of robotics and computer-guided navigation.
Sony has made a robot for microsurgery. What's different about this robot compared to the Da Vinci, which almost takes up a whole room in the corner, is this literally fits on a countertop. You put your eyes into an OLED display. It's got 4K technology. You just literally hold the hand pieces and you can do microsurgery with a robot that literally will fit on your desk.
It allows us to be really accurate and very precise when performing very complex spine surgeries.
It's going to be really incredible to see how it changes the microsurgery world, because as you know, in plastic surgery, we do lots of free flap reconstructions where we have to take tissue from one part of the body and move it to another part of the body. And to do that, we have to suture an artery and a vein together under the microscope. And I think with the technology that's coming out now and how much more precise it's going to be, we're going to see less complications, better results. And so I cannot wait to see how this robot takes the medical world by storm.
Over time, I hope that robotics become better than us at performing some of these tasks, especially the tasks that are not quite artistic and are more mechanical in nature. Hair transplant surgery is extremely labor intensive. It requires repetitive motions, thousands and thousands of repetitive motions every day by many members of a team. And so nowadays, robotics are trying to improve that efficiency and trying to take some of the pressure off of us humans to improve how hair restoration is done.
Urology is the most innovative specialty. In fact, we were the first surgical specialty to take up robotic surgery. And since I've completed training, there's at least 4 new treatment options for enlarged prostate, or BPH. And this is just a few of the examples of ways that we are constantly pushing the needle forward in terms of finding better ways to treat our patients more effectively, more efficiently, and minimally invasively.
As someone who currently lives with type 1 diabetes, which is why I went into the field of endocrinology. What I'm seeing in the diabetes tech world is mind-blowing. We have hybrid automated closed-loop insulin pumps, but on the horizon, we have a lot more better algorithms and software for these pumps. What I think is the most exciting is a dual chamber pump that has both insulin that acts like a gas pedal, but now glucagon, which acts as a brake pedal. And this is absolutely revolutionary. We're extremely excited for that.
New innovations in dermatology that I'm excited about, there's a couple things. I think 3D printing or cloning of hair for hair transplants for people who are losing hair, or even 3D printing of skin. Hopefully we won't have to use skin grafts from other parts of the body in the future and heal our burn victims and scar patients.
Right now, all anyone can talk about in my field is CAR T therapy.
I am super excited about CAR T therapy in cancer because basically it's taking two of the best things, the normal body and kind of what we've had for centuries and thousands of years, and using technology to basically make it smarter.
We take out some immune cells from a patient's body and turn them into super soldiers, training them to attack a specific target. Then we take those cells, put them back into the patient where they can carry out their mission. This treatment is actually already being used to successfully kill off certain types of cancer cells.
The reason I'm super excited about it is, unlike traditional chemotherapy where you get some finite amount of time that it may be sensitive, the cancer may be sensitive, with CAR T therapy, the potential is a durable, long-standing remission, and usually in cases where people have failed multiple therapies. Super exciting, and that's why we need clinical trials to see if this stuff works, how well it works, and how to do it safely.
And now, early studies are showing that it can also target the overactive immune cells that cause autoimmune diseases. This is so exciting because the current treatments we have are aimed at controlling these diseases, but this could represent a real cure. Right now, it's still experimental, and it hasn't been approved yet for autoimmune diseases, but I'm really hoping that this could be a game changer in the world of rheumatology.
I love the fact that technology is making actual plastic surgery less and less necessary. Now we have lasers that can melt fat, devices that can tighten skin, and we have red light therapy that people can do at home to help rejuvenate their skin. And I joke sometimes with my patients that one day I'd love to invent a device that's like a CT scan where you could stick your whole body through it and it lasers your entire body and tightens everything up. So you go in looking aged and you come out looking 10 years younger.
The most exciting and needed innovations in the pediatric space are those that are dealing with access to care and making sure more children who need subspecialty care, who need primary care, who need preventative care can get it where they are and when they need it. And this is being accomplished mostly through digital health tools like patient platforms and innovations in telehealth, and also streamlining clinician workflow so that we can efficiently see more patients. All of this together is going to greatly improve pediatric health in this country and hopefully globally.
While many of these doctors are battling misinformation, there's people out there spreading misinformation. Click here on my fact check on Gary Brecka, and as always, stay happy and healthy.